Welcome to Frog Talk, an Auction Frogs podcast series all about events and fundraising in a post-2020 world. For more information on Auction Frogs and the services we offer, visit auctionfrogs.org today.
Hi, this is Cory with our Auction Frogs podcast, and here for our first one. If we've learned anything from the Marvel universe, it was start at the beginning, start with the origin. And so, of course, we have to start with Kristi Saucerman, the founder and the CEO of Auction Frogs.
Hey, Cory, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So let's go back to the origin. Where did the name come from? Where did the idea of wanting to move? Obviously, you had done a lot of events and things like that, but when did it turn to wanting to be able to give back and to help with nonprofits? And where did the name come from, Auction Frogs?
Well, from my youngest memory, just having been involved in lots of different community events, I had planned a lot of functions between weddings and reunions and concerts and festivals and get-togethers and family organizations. I mean, so many different things. It's just in my nature. It's in my spirit. It's my DNA. I'm a coordinator. I'm an event manager. I love the logistics, the behind the scenes. And so it's just in my blood. And for all of my existence, that's just what I had done growing up. And so, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I had always volunteered for all these different organizations. And naturally, I gravitated towards fundraising and silent auctions and live auctions, and always getting involved in the fundraising committees and community. Right. So it was a frustrating task for me, having been on all these different committees, to do the same task over and over, the tediousness of collecting donations and selling tickets and hoping for people to show up, and you get your items out there in the room, and you're silent and you're live, and the bid sheets and the checking in and checking out, and the guests, and they buy and they check out and they leave and they take their items and it's over. Mm-hmm. You plan for 6 months getting to that point, and that 4-hour event ends with just I'm so glad it's over. And there's so much yet to do after that event ends. And there weren't a lot of technology back in 2005 and 6.
Nope. There wasn't.
And I was stay-at-home mom, juggling kids and routines and laundry and house and all the things that you have to do with life, in addition to this volunteering and all this arduous tasking of all these pieces and parts that need to happen. So I had looked for different opportunities to streamline those processes, automate some of those features that we were looking for that were very common in every one of these fundraisers I was involved with. And really, there were few opportunities or few organizations that had that platform available. And frankly, it was just too expensive. And it didn't make a lot of common sense to me as that coordinator. And I just needed something that worked for me as the cat herder, the person that had lots of things going on and trying to organize and orchestrate this fascinating and big life. So I just decided I'm just going to build it myself and make this happen for me, somebody like me that needed those applications to simplify those processes that were the same no matter where I went,
right? No
matter what organization it was. And so it just became this hobby. It became learning how to piece and part code, open source applications, tapping into friends who already are working in those industries of Micron and HP and other tech industries, that are friends of mine. I said, can you just, look what I've done and look what I've researched, and this is what I want to build, and this is what I know, and this is how I want it to work. And I mapped it all out on these pieces of paper. It's actually still in my office.
I've seen it. It's amazing.
Mapped it all out. This is what I want it to do. And, that's how it actually came to be. It was just putting my thoughts on paper. This is the streamlined approach that I want to take to create the simplicity and the automation, and take the ability to simplify all things needed to be done and drill them into tasks and features that could be easy to understand, simple to use, and not with a lot of a learning curve.
Right.
Just simple. You needed it for the cat herder. So I built it for people like me. I built it for those moms that have lots of things going on, and it was very helpful for so many organizations.
Well, yes, and some of the best ideas in history have come out of necessity. And so you saw a need, you knew a need for yourself, and obviously there's a lot of others just like you. And so there birthed the idea.
Right.
And the beginnings of it. So where did Auction Frogs come from?
Well, at this point, it's still a hobby, and I have this business called KLS Events, which is the business name that I had used for years for all the concerts and festivals and all the things that I had been doing prior to this. And KLS Events just wasn't all that great of a name for an online auction event administration company.
Right.
And so I got a bunch of friends together, and we had some liquid fun and got creative with the naming convention, and ended up with Auction Frogs, Leap into Online Fundraising. So that's really where the idea was born.
Okay, now I'm actually going to take this a bit deeper now that I know the actual story. This came from a stuffed animal and your very young daughter at the time.
Yeah, she had a stuffed animal, and it was a frog, and that stuffed animal just happened to be part of that, as all the kids are playing and the moms are sitting on the porch, that frog, and different ideas were just brainstorming as we came up with. Yeah, and so the O in Auction Frogs used to have the frog head, and I mean, really, if you look at that piece of paper, you see the bubble letters of Auction Frogs, and you got the cattails, and the colors are super elementary. It was super cutesy at the time, and over time it just grew into more of a professional.
Well, and it did. And here's the beautiful thing. I mean, we're helping in so many cases families of all kinds of different varieties, nonprofits and things that really it has come from family. Your need as an individual, as a event planner and fundraiser, your daughter, your friends, that community, and that's what Auction Frogs is all about. It's about community and how we can be able to support that community wherever that happens to be, whether it's in Idaho, whether it's Florida, California, Mexico. We have done fundraisers for literally organizations all around the world.
True. Australia, Canada, throughout North America. It's amazing how much it's grown since 2007. And it's, the best thing about it is it's organic growth. It's word of mouth. We do good, and people like and appreciate what we do. And that's what's giving us the referrals and the return and the repeat clients and the increase of services. Meaning we learn from our clients. We're learning online auctions. We grow into event management and the administration and the online or the mobile bidding into now virtual events. And this learning curve happens as a result of listening to our clients. And we increase our service offering over time based on knowing our clients and understanding their fundraising needs and helping them to solve those fundraising challenges.
Absolutely. And that's why we have this staff. That's why it has grown to where it is. Each and every person is in this for you and for your cause, for your need. We want to do the absolute best for you. And that's why we do this. Yeah, we have a lot of fun doing what we do. But please don't ever think that we have forgotten the origins, that organic beginning of Auction Frogs. And that is You're the reason that we love doing what we do so much. And so whatever your need happens to be, and if you continue through our podcast, you're going to see all the different options that are available because not every one is right for every organization. Whether it's an online auction, a golf tournament, a virtual event, a hybrid event, there are so many different options for you. And our fundraising specialists are here to be able to help you and guide you. And we're going to be talking about some of the things to think about, tips, tricks, things to avoid, and how through all of that, if we can be able to help you, we absolutely would love to do that. You can get all the information, auctionfrogs.org. Please keep checking in with the different podcasts. We have so many different things that we want to be able to share with you and to help you with as we move forward in your fundraising needs.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Frog Talk, an Auction Frogs podcast series all about events and fundraising in a post-2020 world. For more information on Auction Frogs and the services we offer, visit auctionfrogs.org today.